Did you see how he tried to stop the police officer from entering the apartment and then walked away in a suspicious manner? Well, it turns out that he was actually up to no good. And although the trial has already made it so that we expect this kind of move from Amber's people, trust me when I say that this is going overboard even for Amber's team. If you're curious about what recently came to light about her and the people she calls her friends, then you should stay around until the very end. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at how Amber Heard tried to stop the police from entering her apartment. Yeah, you heard it right. During the trial between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife, the actor revealed that Amber and her friends had basically plotted to lie against him. If the video footage confirming what he said didn't get out, this would have been passed off as just talk of video footage confirming what he said. However, Johnny Depp revealed this information during the trial. That was a situation when a police officer responded to a domestic violence incident at Johnny Depp's residence, but he was welcomed by Josh Drew, who had been one of Johnny and Amber's neighbors circa 2016 when the former pair lived in the Eastern Columbia building penthouse. Drew made a concerted effort to obstruct the police officer's entry into the flat, despite the fact that it is standard procedure for the officer to investigate the scene after being called about any incident involving physical assault. Even though all this had already been discussed during the trial, the video just made its way onto social media, further validating the claims that were stated by the officer during the trial in great detail. When asked about the incident that occurred in 2016, in which Amber claimed that the police were called because Johnny had thrown a phone at her face, Officer Tyler Haddon of the Los Angeles Police Department stated that Amber and her friends had intentionally tried to impede his and his partner's jobs. This explains why Josh Drew was trying to prevent them from stepping inside the building. Haddon reports to the attorneys that the witnesses inside the building, including Heard, were uncooperative and refused to give any information. Haddon did not mention that Heard declined medical treatment and did not want to write an incident report. Additionally, according to Haddon, attorneys Heard had no injuries. And when asked about the redness on her face, Space Haddon indicated it looked like it was crying until he pressed about it. Additionally, the officer stated that he documented the incident as a verbal dispute because there were no outward indications that a crime had been committed. Officer Melissa Sense, who is Haddon's partner and who also questioned about the event, provided a story that was very similar to his. When asked by attorneys about red marks on Heard's face, the officers checked 2 penthouses but found nothing. So I did a search of the area for the suspect after they stated they looked for it and found nothing, she said. Heard was reportedly shown in scenes looking flushed as though she had been crying and stating that she did not see any damage. They also informed the court that Heard and her companions refused to comply with them during the investigation. It should come as no surprise that this merely serves to further demonstrate how malicious Amber and her companions were about the accusations that they made. And the topic has been the subject of an in-depth discussion on social media for quite some time now. One user wrote that there are photographs of the crime scene that were subsequently published in tabloids and that these photographs were obviously staged with a wicker basket of fruit strewn on the rug by the refrigerator. However, in one of the 2 body cam videos, you can see that the same basket of fruit sitting up on the island counter intact. If the people are able to recognize it, then we'll have a better idea of how she intends to spin it when it comes up in the appeal. It doesn't take a genius to realize that at least a portion of what happened was a setup, and if they do, then we'll know. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned!